No China.
What's up, guys? This is Jason with Ridge Runner Blades, and we're joined today with special guest Taylor Grimes. And we got Scout laying on the floor here. He's chilling out. Wanted to just kind of do like more of a podcasty style video. We'll keep it short, but I was watching one of Elijah Williams' videos he put out from Fire Creek Forge. Yes, I was watching it this morning, but he recorded a couple days ago, and he was talking about like the struggles of being a small knife maker and like what does that look like. And it kind of like I get all my good ideas while I'm in the shower, I guess, and this is not necessarily a good idea probably, but we might make some people mad, I'm not sure. But I want to talk about why you should stop buying Chinese made knives. You should just stop it as a whole. If you're passionate about this hobby, if you're passionate about the industry, you should stop it. You should just stop buying it. And watching his videos, like the whole like no China thing around the shop here is definitely more of a it's kind of a joke. You know, we have fun with it. It's fun. But listening to him talk this morning, it really brought a little bit more level of seriousness to that. And I got a couple points I think why, and then we can hear what Taylor thinks too. But when you are buying an American-made knife, a lot of these small makers, not all of them, a lot of the small makers, at least all the ones we sell, they're passionate about the craft. They're passionate about it. They're built with pride, with a lot of passion. These Chinese-made knives are built with spreadsheets. They're not built with passion and pride. They are built with one thing in mind, and that is profitability. How much money can they extract from you and put in their pockets? That's what it's about. I'll tell you, like, as a little look into like owning a knife store, and I know the margins on a lot of the Chinese made stuff. I know the margins from distributors, from this and that. The margins on most of the Chinese made stuff is astronomical. There is a lot of margin. It makes way more sense to a company if you are just strictly in it for the money. If it is just, I need to make the most money off off an item I'm selling, it is way more profitable to sell Chinese made knives. 100% of the time. Margins, there is a good 20, sometimes 30% gap in margins from something coming from a small maker to something like, and I'll just say Civivi, all these Chinese made brands, Riots, not so much on Riots. They're higher end. But most of that stuff, there is just so much margin on it, and that's why you see so much of it. And so that was kind of like my big point is like, if you're passionate about this and you want to see these small makers that's popped up, there's been a lot, we kind of laugh. I haven't seen a lot of the show Forged in Fire, but it really did spark a lot of people to become passionate about the craft. It jump started a lot of people to go ahead and get out there and start making knives, which I think is a fantastic thing. But there's like, if you get to know these people, if you get their knives, I get a lot of knives through the shop from these guys. You realize that this is not a knife that's just built in a factory, that's just, it's assembly line product. When you're buying a lot of these mass produced knives, and there's nothing wrong with it, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if you want to really make a difference in people's lives, when you're buying knives from small makers, you are affecting their families. So imagine you in your house, you get a paycheck, you go to work, you get a paycheck, that directly affects you, your life. These small makers' paychecks, they come from you. That's where they come from. When you buy knives from Ridge Runner, if you buy knives direct from these makers, that money is going to them. It's affecting their families. It's paying their mortgages. It's paying their car payments. It's paying the notes they have on their equipment in their shop. It's buying down materials so they can keep going. The list goes on and on and on. That is making a direct difference in somebody's life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I know I've been talking a lot. You
you're
jump
good.
in anytime.
I'm listening.
I literally didn't tell Taylor anything about what we were going to talk
I've been building
about.
kayaks all day.
Been building kayaks this morning.
Surprise.
You walked in the shop. I was like, hey, sit down and do this video with me. But there are some fantastic makers that gap. So here's the funny part. The Chinese have caught on to this. They've caught on to like, okay, these guys will pay $300, $400, $500 for knives.
Yeah.
And so what do you think they're pricing knives at? They're pricing these knives at $400, $500, $600,000. When they obviously can build them for pennies, so, I know this is probably a touchy subject and I could piss off some people, other stores and stuff for saying this, but if we want to continue to see, I don't think we're heading for a fantastic financial future in the next 5 years. Personally, I think it's going to keep getting harder. If you want to see these makers make it, keep making knives, keep putting food on their tables. Elijah, was watching his video. He's got 3 or 4 kids. He's got a wife. That's how they support their family. There's no other income coming into that house at all. You got Taylor. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He is a full-time knife maker, part-time kydex maker for the shop.
50-50.
50-50 some
at this
days.
point.
Yeah, but it makes a huge difference. And that's why I think, like, going forward here on this channel on YouTube, we are going to focus more on the story of the people that's building the product. Because behind each one of these makers, there's a reason they're doing what they're doing. They're passionate about what they're doing. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of people complaining about the price of knives. I get tired of, we stream a lot on Whatnot, and it's not all the time. Taylor's in there a lot. He sees it. But buy one, cry one. Once.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can afford, there's guys, we had a conversation about a guy back when Ridge Runner was in our old location. Taylor was actually running the store then. Guy come in and he was buying, cheap knives. He was just wearing them out 4 or 5 a year. And he's like, Taylor pointed him to another knife. He's like, hey, you buy this, you're going to save money.
Yeah.
You're not going to wear this out. It's going to last you 5-6 times longer than one of those cheap knives, And I get, there's one of the other things I hear, well, I lose knives. Well, quit being irresponsible. Don't lose stuff. Like,
Guilty.
Keep up with your stuff. Yeah, I'll lose stuff, too. I get it. But that's not a reason not to buy a nice knife.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get in some of these knives. I mean, I can reach anywhere around me here and pull out a freaking awesome knife. There's small makers making cool knives for $200.
Yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
the shop. They're cool.
The prices are all over the board.
Yeah.
I mean, you can afford a handmade knife.
Yeah. There's something for everybody here in America where you're supporting, we're supporting our economy. We're supporting, when you buy a knife from me, not only are you supporting my family, you're putting food on my family's plate, you're putting it on these small makers' plates. Raul, would you grab me a drink out of the cooler? Yeah. My throat's getting dry.
Drink.
I don't care.
A beer. 2 beers, please.
Dr. Pepper would be good.
No, I'm good, man.
But I think that a little bit of education with people, just understanding, like, when you're buying a knife from a small maker, that money is not going to, it's not going to a distributor most of the time. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not making all these hops. It's
not changing hands.
And then
5
it's not
times.
going to a factory that's, it's not going to a factory that's, that's got to pay all their CEOs and this and that and everything. And then, a penny of it goes to the little kid making the knife in China. That's not the way it is. But, I get it. Now, listen, I'm wearing a shirt that's probably made in China right now. I'm wearing pants that probably made in China. I get it. We don't have a choice a lot of times.
Yeah.
I get that a lot when I say this stuff. Well, your iPhone's made in China. Well, no crap. We don't make them here. If we made it here, I'd buy one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we don't have a choice. I mean, my hat's made in America.
I don't know where mine's made. I know my clothes are all made in China for sure, but it's great because I destroy my clothes so fast in the shop.
But if you are truly passionate about this, the craft, the hobby, and you like seeing these small makers make stuff, and you like supporting people to, like, for real, like that money going, we operate off very slim margins here. Like when we deal with small makers, majority of the time it is very low. By the time we pay credit card fees, whatnot fees if we're selling on whatnot, shipping, the labor to ship the knife, the box to ship the knife in,
It
the
adds
packing
up.
material, all the stuff, the building that we're in, the power bill,
air
the internet
conditioning.
bill, all my drinks. There's not a lot left. Sometimes there's nothing left over.
Yeah.
I mean, and so, but if you like it, buy it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on like the industry and like what I was just talking about? Like, what's your thoughts?
So I've been around the industry and the knife world for like 13 to 14 years, pretty hardcore. And I've seen the ups and downs and the changes in what's popular and what's not popular. And Chinese knives aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No, they're not.
And there's nothing wrong with most Chinese knives. There's some real junk out there, but it's also some great stuff. But I've known people who have just bought production knives, never spent more than, $300 and price out of the question. You're missing out.
You're missing out.
Like if you stick to one type of knife forever, like one brand, I know brand loyalists are out there,
for sure.
like with any brand really has loyalists, and they're only going to buy those knives, and they're going to wait till Blade Show, and they're going to go and they're going to hit the lotteries to win the knives. But I see a reversal in the knife world right now. I feel like, and people are kind of going back to wanting the more simplistic, handmade, user type knives, and less of the collector safe queen investment knives.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Nothing wrong with high end knives. We've got a bunch. I'm sure I know I do. I know you do. And I like all kinds of knives.
I do too.
But there's something, I hate to use the word, like it's like romantic,
Yeah.
like people use that like it's a term for, it gives you more of a feeling when you're buying a handmade, custom, heavily thought about knife instead of something out of a box.
Right.
So that's my main take on it. It's more of a feeling, and you're not just buying the knife, you're buying part of that person's life. As cliche as that sounds.
You're buying their time.
Yeah.
You're buying the time that, you guys, that, if you work a 9 to 5, that company is buying your time.
Yeah.
It's buying your life. And it's the same with a small maker. You're getting a piece of them, a piece of their week.
Yeah.
But there's, like I said, I think there's something, your knives are anywhere from between $250, $500.
Yeah.
Rarely do they go over
Yeah.
that, and it's like, that's something that you're not going to be able to walk in REI and buy.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. And, one of the, and like, why not just go straight to the maker? You of course can do that. But like a lot of times what we bring to, like Ridge Hunter brings to the table as just being a transparent thing, is we give people cash flow to work with.
Yeah.
So we don't buy just one knife at a time. We buy a dozen. We buy 2 dozen. We buy 80.
Yeah.
And we give these guys cash flow to work with, where the ones, the onesie twosies, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
For sure. But we can inject a lump sum of cash into their business. Maybe allows them to buy a new piece of equipment. They got all the money at one time. Maybe it allows them to pay their rent and their mortgage and everything else at one time. And so that's the kind of thing that we're able to do with a small maker that, you have to, as a small maker, I think they have to understand how it works. But batch building, doing things in batches
It's
like
tough.
we do, it's hard. It's not like you get a custom maker. Jason Knight's a prime example.
Yeah.
The dude can build some of the finest custom knives. I mean, we just got a $2,600, $2,700 chef knife in from him. I don't know how long it took him to build it. He built that one knife.
Yeah.
And so, but that's how we end up that's how we get those $300, $250, $300, small maker knives is, these guys have learned, hey, I can build, I'm not just building one knife at a time. I'm building 10 at a time or a dozen at a time.
And there are a lot of small makers who haven't really called on and understood the whole dealer thing. I know it firsthand from back when I ran Red Runner. I had somebody I was emailing cussed me out saying that we were leeching off custom makers and stuff. But like, let's just say, so when somebody told me it was insane that we asked for a percentage off at the percentage that it was. Okay.
Yeah.
But what lots of makers don't understand is it's a lump sum.
Yep.
You don't have to ship it. You don't have to market it. You don't have to, your hands are washed once those knives are shipped to the dealer. It makes you be able to go ahead and start on the next batch.
Yeah.
There's no waiting around to get paid. There's no back and forth with customers.
Well, it goes into one of the main points that Elijah was making in that video was that one of the hardest things is marketing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, Taylor's probably an exception, but a lot of times knife makers are not people. Like they're artists. They like to go in the workshop and work, and they're not good with social media. They're not good with marketing their products. They're not good about talking about their products. They're not good about getting in front of people.
Yeah.
And that's where we kind of come in. Not only does the marketing dollars we invest into the product help us and help, all of us, but it also affects the small makers too. It gives them brand awareness. We have full-time videographer on staff to help do this stuff. And so we can bring to the table what a lot of people just can't. They financially and physically can't.
Yeah.
They physically can't do it. Or is their time spent better in the shop making knives, or is it spent better on Instagram posting photos?
I'm guilty of that. I never post on Instagram.
And I'll tell you from my experience, the guys that you see on social media and stuff all the time, they're probably not making their knives.
Oh yeah, or not making much.
Or not making much.
Yeah, that's
and
for
there's
sure.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like if these guys are in the shop building knives, they ain't got 2 hours a day to do social media and Instagram and all this stuff.
If you see a knife maker who never posts, they're working a lot.
They're working their butts off.
Hot or cold, doesn't
They're a
matter.
real estate agent now.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was a cool topic. That video today really just kind of sparked this in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, well, why should we stop it? Like, just like I said, there's nothing morally wrong. I'm not saying there's something morally wrong.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would probably say there is. There's nothing. You buy what you want. Buy what you like. I'm just saying, if you like the craft, if you like the hobby, if you like seeing these small makers make it, you like supporting people, real people, you should buy American-made small maker knives.
Absolutely. And once you buy a knife from a small maker, you're going to end up talking to them more than once.
Yeah.
And you'll find out a lot of these makers are either really cool or really not cool.
Yeah. Well,
But the cool thing is most of them are awesome people.
They
Like
are.
Bowman, Leishan, Ariel Scott, Primitive Woodsman, all those guys are awesome people away from the knives.
What? Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we look at the racks. You can literally just point to about any single maker, and these are our friends.
Yeah.
I mean, these are real people that are just trying to make it work.
Yeah. Working hard.
Yeah,
Struggle is real.
the struggle is real.
It's been hot.
Taylor works in the shop. It's been 100 degrees outside, 100% humidity.
Yeah, it's been rough.
He's been in the shop grinding knives and making kydex. I mean, it's a hard job. Owning your own business is not easy.
It is, yeah.
It's not easy.
There's a lot of math involved, and I was never good at math.
There's a lot. Sometimes I just choose not to look at it.
Yeah.
It's too depressing.
Keeping up with what you need material wise too is a nightmare because you never know what's gonna work.
Yeah.
Until
or what's going to catch on.
Yeah.
It's like and another thing is what's cool is small makers can pivot quicker.
Oh yeah.
Like,
for sure.
If something is really, really going on in the market, like, hey, the glow stuff that's going on lately, that's gotten, which we've liked it forever, but it's kind of popped off in the market. Well, Taylor can, the next batch of knives he's got coming on, we'll do
drop
some
in
more
the Carta and go with the glow.
We'll go with that,
And there's another thing is if there's an issue with a knife too,
Oh,
with a
that's another
small,
thing.
it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Man, we have issues with our production stuff
Yeah.
that we carry, you know, and like if you want to return a knife for warranty work to a big company, have fun. It's going to take months for your knife to get fixed and get back to you.
Or it doesn't get fixed when it's
Yeah,
sent back.
yeah.
I mean, things happen. Like, that's the thing. I mean, we have for the amount of knives we sell, we have very few problems.
Oh, yeah.
And when we have a problem, it's fixed.
Yep.
It's fixed. Like, and I'll say it here, if you ever buy something from me and you have a problem things happen, guys. Like, things can happen between the shop and the store.
Yeah.
Things can happen between, when I look at it and it goes out. Like, it can happen. Things happen. But all you have to do is shoot me a message.
Yep.
I mean, the very few problems that we've ever had, they come right back. It's fixed and it goes back. I would rather me be involved in that issue, rather than you just going to the maker
and
if
then
it's
you
one of
not
the small
knowing about
makers,
it.
Yeah, just come to us, and so we'll work it out. It ain't no big deal.
There's lots of variables in custom knives.
Yes, because that's one of the other things that we help. We want to help the small maker with is if they have an issue, I would rather be that in between. So there's, I want to make sure that the path is easy for the maker and the path is easy for the customer.
Yeah.
And there's, these guys, I mean, sometimes, I mean, you're not sitting in front of your email.
Oh, yeah.
You're not sitting in front of the phone, and so we can help manage that little piece. I already know the process of what it's going to take to get that knife fixed.
Yeah.
And we'll handle it. It ain't no big deal.
Yeah. And a lot of times we can get it done pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the custom Kydex stuff too. That's a big plus for here. You can almost get next day custom Kydex almost.
Yep.
I'm a little slow.
We should do a video sometimes on the things people try to pull.
Oh yeah.
That's another reason I like to be involved.
Yeah.
Oh man, one knife, the guy messaged me and said it wasn't sharp. I'm like, I don't know. I looked at every single knife I get from this dude will freaking shave the skin off your arm. Like, you can separate layers of skin.
Yeah.
And the knife comes back and the dude had thrown it on like a work sharp belt sharpener and literally tried to regrind the knife. I'm like, he's like, oh, it's brand new. I'm like, so don't pull that stuff.
Yeah. Don't try us. We're pretty smart.
try that.
We're kind of smart.
I pulled it out and I took a picture of it and sent it to the maker and he said, what did you do? I was like, I didn't do nothing.
Friends don't let friends sharpen knives without the knowledge.
No.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Well, this is fun.
Yep.
Just thought it'd be fun to sit down and talk about it.
We'll do more of this for sure.
Yeah. We'll do more sit down. I like sitting down. We stand up and stream for 6 hours. a day.
Yeah.
I'd like to sit down and do more of this stuff.
Welcome to Table Full of Knives, the Ridge Runner Blades podcast.
Shelves full of knives.
Yeah, shelves full of knives. Knives everywhere. The Ridge Runner Blades podcast.
Yep. Hey, make sure you guys go follow Taylor Grinds on Instagram. He's over there fighting the good fight. He got some cool stuff coming out.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be good.
lots of cool stuff.
No-
Always working.
And remember, guys, no China.